Welcome to a session on LED. The full form of LED is light emitting diode. The principle behind the working of LED is injection electroluminescence. A light emitting diode is essentially a PN junction diode that gives off light when it is under forward bias condition. The amount of light emitted is directly proportional to the forward current IF. The wavelength of the light emitted and hence the color depends upon the band gap energy of the materials forming the PN junction. So Eg energy gap equal to h nu. So you can write nu as c by lambda. From that we can write lambda equal to hc by Eg. From this we can say that the wavelength emitted or the color emitted by a LED is inversely proportional to the energy gap of the given semiconductor material. If energy gap is more, then wavelength is decreases. If energy gap is less, then the wavelength is more. This is the circuit symbol of a LED, which is very similar to the ordinary PN junction diode, except these two arrows. Here these two arrows indicates that from the junction there is emission of light, which indicates the symbol of LED. This is the construction of LED. Basically, it contains metal film connections at top and bottom, and this is the N region and this is the P region. In a surface emitting LED, light is emitting in the direction perpendicular to the PN junction plane. Here you can see light emitting in a direction perpendicular to the PN junction plane. An n-type layer is grown on a substrate. Here it is the substrate. On this substrate, a n-type layer is grown, and on that p-type layer is grown by the process of diffusion. The p layer is made very thin. This p layer is made very thin because to prevent loss of photons due to the absorption in this layer. Metal contact is present on the P layer. So here these are the two metal contacts such that some part of the P layer will allow photons to escape. If it completely covers, then photons doesn't emit. So these two metal films are arranged in such a that it allows the escaping of photons from the surface. Metal contact is present at the bottom. Here this is the bottom for reflecting the photons into the material and to provide electrical contact for the biasing condition. If photons emitted at PN junction, if they travel the below direction, that means downward direction, then this film will reflect and direct it into the surface direction. And it is also useful for the forward biasing condition. The generated light may suffer total internal reflection at the semiconductor air interface. So this is the semiconductor interface and this is the air interface. So due to avoid this total internal reflection at this particular place, the device is enclosed in epoxy resin of suitable refractive index so that the photons escape. So total internal reflection will be avoided if this is enclosed in a epoxy resin of suitable refractive index. Let us see the working of a LED. The PN junction is forward biased. First of all, this is the P region, this is the N region. This P region is connected to battery positive terminal, this N region is connected to battery negative terminal. This type of biasing condition is called as forward biasing condition. When we apply certain amount of forward voltage, then what happens? This negative terminal pushes the majority charge carriers electrons towards the junction. Similarly, this positive terminal repels the holes which are the majority charge carriers in the P region. So here you can observe this is the energy level diagram. So this is the conduction band of P region and this is the valency band of P region. This is the conduction band in the N region and this is the valency band in the N region. Here, as this region is p region, the majority charge carriers are holes, and you can find them in valency band. If this is the n region, and here the majority charge carriers are electrons, and you can find them in conduction band. Whenever the p-n junction is forward biased, electron from n side get injected into the p side. So this negative terminal pushes these electrons in n region to the p side if the applied forward voltage is large enough, which means large enough to overcome the potential barrier. So now these electrons enter into the conduction band. Similarly, this positive terminal repels these holes into the valency band of n region. Now, this electron which is enter into the p region is a minority charge carriers, and this hole which enter into the valency band of n region is a minority carrier. So here I am injecting minority charge carriers. So that's why it is called as injection electroluminescence. So this process is called as what? Injection of minority charge carriers. Now, whenever a minority charge carrier, which means electron is majority charge carriers in n region, when it enter into this p region, now it become a minority charge carrier. So electron when enter into the p region recombines with the hole which is the majority charge carriers in the p region. Now in this process, it emits the photon of energy hc by Eg, which is directly inversely proportional to the energy gap of the semiconductor. Similarly, the hole enter into the valency band of n region. Now, electrons in this n region recombines with the hole and emits the photons. In this way, light is generated from the LED. The recombination can be classified into the two kinds. One is the direct recombination and another one is the indirect recombination. First, let us see the what are direct band gap semiconductors, what are indirect band gap semiconductors, which allows these two kinds, direct recombinations and indirect recombinations. In certain group of semiconductors, the minimum of the conduction band is directly above the maximum of the valency band at the same value of the momentum vector. Here you see along x-axis we have momentum vector, along y-axis we have energy. So at the same value of k, the minimum of the conduction band and maximum of the valency band coincides. These type of semiconductors are called as direct band gap semiconductors. Let us go through the another type of semiconductors. In some group of semiconductors, the minimum of the conduction band is not directly above the maximum of the valency band, which means that so this minimum of the conduction band and maximum of the valency band occurs at different values of momentum vectors. So these type of semiconductors are called as indirect band gap semiconductors. The efficiency of transition is very good in direct band gap semiconductors. So here we will get photons, light as output. Due to the difference in momentum, the probability of direct electron hole recombination is less. So the recombination process is complicated in this indirect band gap semiconductor, and there may not be a light emission from this type of semiconductors. Gallium arsenide is an example of the direct band gap material. Gallium phosphide is an example of indirect band gap material. Let us see some characteristics of LED. One of the major characteristics of LED is its color. So here you can see gallium arsenide, different colors you can observe. IR, infrared color, red color, amber color, yellow color, green color, blue color, white color. But for all these, you can observe at various forward voltages. So infrared occurs at a very small amount of forward voltage, and white color you can observe at a high forward voltage. Gallium arsenide emits light in infrared region. In this infrared region, if you want light, you have to use this type of semiconductor, gallium arsenide. Gallium arsenide phosphide, simply it is called as GaAsP, emits either red or yellow. Similarly, gallium phosphide emits red or green colors. So as material changes, the forward voltage also changes. Let us see some applications of LED. So here you can use this LED as indicators and light sources in optical fiber communication. So you can generally observe for on off switches red and green. So that red and greens are nothing but LED. And to enter the light into the optical fibers, so generally we will use LEDs. A number of LEDs may be grouped together to form displays like this. So these are the some applications of LED, and thanks for watching.